Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my return to YouTube. Many of you guys know me from my storytime videos here on YouTube, and some of you may know me from other places online, but today I'm going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of why I quit posting for a little while on YouTube. So there's a couple reasons behind my decision to step away for a little bit, and I just want to be on the same page with you guys. First, I gotta give a shout out to my very much appreciated Patreon members. Thank you guys so much for your support over there on Patreon. You guys are my day ones. You've been there with me through thick and thin. I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you over there on Patreon. So some of the main reasons I quit posting so consistently on YouTube and sharing so much about my life is because I discovered that people in my personal life were keeping up with me on YouTube and sort of keeping up with my life that way rather than picking up the phone, calling me, asking how I am. Now, you might find this hard to believe, but in my regular life on Facebook and Instagram, I really don't post that much. And I think one of the main reasons is because I do so much with Richie West and West Novelties and my internet persona that by the time I get to my normal life, I'm just exhausted. It's like the last thing I want to do. So I think that has a part in this, but some other reasons I quit posting is because I just had a really tough year. Now, 2022 was amazing for me. So many doors were opened, so many opportunities were opened to me, and I just went through a lot of ups and downs, and I didn't really have the time to sit and absorb everything that I went through until this past summer. So I ended up losing a friend of mine that was very close to me, and I spoke about this in a previous video, but that was something that I'd never experienced before. Basically, it was due to, it wasn't an accident, I'll just say it like that. He didn't pass away from an accident. It was something that he decided to do. And I just think that that was so much more impactful than I really understood at the time. And part of the reason I moved up to this area that I'm in now is because I wanted to be closer to him and the rest of my friends. And I just felt like once I got up here, basically once I signed the lease to this place and I moved up here, everything changed. Like, he was lost. My friend was gone. My other friends just pretty much quit hanging out with each other as time went on because he was the glue that kept everyone together. And so these last couple of months I've really spent discovering myself and thinking about my future and the types of people that I want to surround myself with in the future. Because I remember hanging out with that certain group of friends just thinking like, wow, I don't fit in with these guys. Like, yeah, we're all friendly and we all have memories with each other and we've done a lot of fun activities with each other, but I did find myself kind of isolating in social situations with them because I just felt like, dang, can we do anything else than drink and just party all the time? And, finally that has happened, but I'm sort of playing catch up right now because I've manifested this reality in my life that I'm currently living in, but it's happened sort of under my nose. Like I'm sort of living in it now. It's so hard to explain, but when you think of something so hard and so passionately, it will happen. You just have to put the energy towards it. And I also ran into some family and friend drama. I realized that I really don't have friends back in my hometown in the same way that I thought I did, and that was a lot to take in. So I went back home to Maryland in August, and that was the first time I visited my hometown in over 4 years. So I was really excited to see some old faces and see how much my little hometown has grown up, and there were some disappointments, but also a lot of realizations as well. I just came to the conclusion that, I'm living a different life now. I'm not the same boy that I was when I was in high school, and I have just a lot more to live for and a lot more to care about now. And some of the people from my past, like high school friends, aren't really in the same sector as me. It was just disappointing when a group of people that I hung out with religiously throughout high school and did so much for spoke about wanting to see me, and then when I finally got there, it was crickets. Nobody knew how to reply. Nobody knew how to open their messages. I think one of the friends I messaged didn't even open my message that I sent them until I got back to Arizona, and they didn't even have the decency to respond. It was just like, wow, that was like a slap in the face, but I needed that slap in the face to just be much more content and comfortable with where my life is right now. So part of the reason I quit sharing my life so consistently after getting back from Maryland and posting that video of me going back to my conservative hometown is because I realized that one of these friends actually mentioned a while back that she would have watch parties with those other friends, and it just made me feel like, wow, these girls and guys know everything about me, and I don't know anything about what their life is like now. And that just made me feel like icky. It made me feel uncomfortable. And I let it get to me for a while, but I had to put a stop to that anxiety. I was also facing a lot of negative feedback from people in my life, like friends that I have here in Arizona and family members. And I realized that part of what they were saying and part of what made them uncomfortable, a lot of it was just me sharing my experiences in life. And that is what I built my YouTube channel on, is sharing my personal, down to the last detail experiences. And yes, I know some of them make people uncomfortable, some of them turn people off, whatever. All I know is that I've had so many of these crazy experiences that I've learned from. And I know that that is my purpose here on YouTube, is to share these life lessons with you guys, no matter what age you are. I see it in the comments all the time. I see it in the emails that you guys send me, that these videos really do help you see things from a different perspective, whether it be how to prepare yourself for a date or how to not be heartbroken after you get rejected. I mean, these are crucial life lessons that you don't learn in school. And most guys like me who grew up gay, we don't get to have that dating lifestyle until after high school. So we kind of learn the ins and outs of chemistry and reading people and just kind of how to fall in love. That all comes to us through trial and error after high school. So it's a lot different than the majority of straight people who grew up dating the opposite sex and dating people in a time where it felt more socially acceptable to be promiscuous or even just kind of experimental. So that's what the purpose of this YouTube channel is to help those other guys or girls. I see a couple girls in the comments sometimes, but to help those people who are struggling and have gone through these ups and downs and don't really know what to do with those experiences. I'm here to share my experiences with you guys and what I've learned from them, to hopefully open your mind up and give you a better understanding of why you went through them in the first place. When I first started my channel back in college, I did not care at all about the opinions of others, not those who I went to high school with, not family members. I just knew that I was struggling and I needed an outlet to express myself. Now, I was working out, I went hiking all the time, I would do paintings all the time, and I found that once I put my all into a YouTube video and spent the time editing it to where I felt like I was effectively getting my message across, it was so therapeutic to me, and it still is, and it's something that I'm really proud of and something that I'm really passionate about even to this day. So I thought, I didn't care about others' opinions of me then, so why should I now? Why is this affecting me now? And I realize that it's because I've had such a heavy year. It's been such a heavy year, and I don't know how 2023 has treated you, but for me, there have been many valleys and a few overlooks, but many valleys on the hike to the top of the mountain. I feel a certain responsibility to continue sharing my life with you guys. It's almost like I've come this far. You guys know so much about me, so why stop now? And I was also sitting in bed the other night. So Roku actually was playing reruns of Martha Stewart's living home show. And I think that's what it's called, something like that. But I just got so addicted to watching Martha Stewart every night. I was just sitting there enjoying Martha Stewart showing us how to make brownies from scratch. And I realized that this is such an escape from the real world, like such a good way to spend my time before bed, something that I look forward to every day after getting all of my work done and winding down for the night. That's what I want to provide for my viewers. I want you guys to be able to come to my channel and look at my videos and enjoy my videos and have discussions in the comments and sort of act as an escape in the same way that the Martha Stewart show does for me. So that's part of why I'm coming back today to make this video for you guys, because I want to give you a new understanding and a new scope of what to expect on the Richie West YouTube channel. I am going to continue to share the journey of building West Novelties, my candle business, and I do have some exciting surprises to share with you guys on that. For a while, I was sharing a lot of the ins and outs of running my small business, and I do want to say that there was a girl on YouTube that pretty much inspired me to start my candle business. At one point in time, she was making a couple videos a week just showing how to make basic candles and how to kind of build your way up and start from the bottom and, what suppliers to use, what kinds of wax to use, what kinds of vessels, how to measure the fragrance oil to go in each candle. Her videos were very informative and educational. But she actually deleted her channel and just disappeared without any warning. And that was kind of disappointing because, I really looked forward to her videos. And she wasn't a big YouTuber. I think she had like 2,000 subscribers. But she was another one that I kind of watched to escape the real world. And I realized that I was doing the same thing to you guys by not posting. Even if I didn't delete my entire channel and all of my videos, I still felt bad that I was kind of leaving you guys hanging. I felt like, okay, everybody wants to see a video from me, but I just don't know what to post. I didn't believe in myself. I just felt like, I even filmed a couple videos, totally filmed a couple videos to the point where I was just like, no one's gonna watch this, Like I was just losing the passion. And I think it's because I was trying to be something that I'm not. One of the videos I was trying to film my own little Martha Stewart show, Richie edition, and I just realized that this is way too much. I think I knocked over my light for the second time, and I was just like, I'm done. I can't do this. I can't do this. It's not meant to be. And I am not a quitter. I am not a quitter at all. Like, at all. Never have been, never will be. But I think when the universe just gives you so many signs that, try something else and this isn't going to work, sometimes it's best to just listen to that rather than be hard-headed and push your way through. Everybody knows Martha Stewart has an entire team of people that set her set up for her. She just kind of has to show up and do the things and then leave. Like, she doesn't have to set up the lights and make sure the camera is focused and set up the color temperature and make sure the set looks pretty. And I just became really inspired by her show, and I thought that it would be a cool idea to create my own version of that. But I just realized that I'm not that passionate about cooking. I love it. I love it so much, and you guys will see that in the future, more cooking of mine, but it's not something I want to center my YouTube channel around. So now I want to introduce to you something that I have been working on for the last couple of months, and that is my Rustic Ambience collection. What do you guys think? Here is a close-up of the jars, and I'm going to go over them with you guys one by one and give you a backstory on the names of them and why I chose each scent. I also want to explain to you guys why I chose the name Rustic Ambience. And last year, I only did seasonal names for my launches. So I would do like fall 2022 collection, summer 2022 collection. And this time around, I wanted to add a little bit more pizzazz to it. So I chose Rustic Ambience because during this time of year, And if you guys didn't know, I grew up in Maryland and I live in Arizona now. So very far away, very different climates, very different lifestyles. But growing up in Maryland from 1 until 18, I'm sort of hardwired to expect a rustic ambience in the air at this time of year. And, you just don't really get that out here in Arizona. You do kind of, but it's a lot shorter, and it just kind of happens, and then winter's here and it's chilly. It's not frigid, but it does get chilly and windy here. But the rustic ambience in the air, that's something I really missed this fall. And I just remember being back in Maryland and smelling like the leaves. You could smell the leaves on the ground just driving through a neighborhood, and you could smell a fire burning somewhere, whether it be a bonfire or someone lighting up a fire in their fireplace. Just this concoction of natural essence in the air. And I came to the decision to name that Rustic Ambience. And I just have been missing a rustic ambience in the air this time of year, so I wanted to create my own rustic ambience. I wanted to be able to bring warmth to your home and mine, because I know there are people out there that know exactly what I'm talking about, and they miss that energy in the air as well. Okay, so let's get started with the first scent. The first scent, as you can see, is called Pumpkin Drizzle. I didn't want to go too predictable. I didn't want these candles to be something that you could just find strolling through Target. I really, really strive to create one-of-a-kind candles that you won't find anywhere else. And hopefully you guys will agree with me that I achieved that goal with this collection. But like I said, this is Pumpkin Drizzle. Every time I smell this candle, it reminds me of why I chose it. This candle smells like a sweet pumpkin scone. And it has such a buttery, cinnamony, clovey mixture of scents that add to the perfect pumpkin drizzle scent. I chose pumpkin drizzle because this scent reminds me of the perfect topping for your fall coffee. Like I said, guys, this has notes of nutmeg, cinnamon, clove, and bakery crust. So bakery crust is just kind of a buttery sweetness to it to kind of top it off. But these are what the candles look like when you get them. I had a really tough time sourcing these jars because I bought them from a supplier on Amazon, but then they quit selling them, so I had to scour the internet. And luckily, I found a new supplier, but they're not Amazon prices. So, I realized that I love these candles. I love the glow that they give off. I'm actually burning one over here, if you can see. And I just think they add to the rustic ambience of the collection. So this one is Pumpkin Drizzle, and these are 10-ounce candles. Now, I did have someone ask me if I was going to be offering the mini-size 4-ounce candles, and it's a possibility, but as of now, they're only available in one size. So if I see more demand for the smaller size candles, I will go ahead and create the 4-ounce sizes, but you guys let me know in the comments if you would like me to make smaller sizes. Here is the next candle, guys. This is Moonflower in Musk. And this one is very special because some of you guys on Patreon helped me pick this out. Now, if you don't know, I have a tier called the VIP Candle Collective on my Patreon. And part of the benefits of joining that tier is that those people receive a candle from me at the beginning of each month. And it's a great way for me to get out new scents and to get feedback on some new scents to see if you guys like them or if I should use them for future collections. And Moonflower and Musk was one of those scents. Now, that was back in August that you guys told me. I think 3 or 4 people messaged me and were like, hey, I really like that. You should totally add that to one of your collections. So I thought it would be the perfect scent to add to my fall 2023 Rustic Ambience collection because it's just the perfect, I always have to have a masculine scent to kind of round everything out and tie everything together. I love a good masculine musky scent. So with Moonflower and Musk, you can expect notes of wood, lavender, and rosemary, just to name a few. And it's just a great kind of cold weather candle. This candle reminds me of the smell of like a lumberjack walking past you in a store after he just came in from outside and you kind of smell the cold air on his flannel. It reminds me so much of that smell. I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you are probably like, huh? But it's a great one, you guys. Moonflower and musk. And thank you to the VIP Candle Collective members who helped me pick out this scent. Okay, let's move to the next one. The next one is Falling for You. And if you guys see, I actually added my logo onto the label. So let me know what you think about the new labels. I wanted to include a very flirty scent, something that you could light when you're having that special someone over, or something to really set the mood, kind of an intimate vibe. And Falling for You is the perfect candle for that. It's part of why I chose that name, Falling for You, because this candle makes me want to fall for you. I mean, come on. So Falling for You has been another one of my big favorites. I've been burning this a lot. I have to stop because I'm like blowing through my inventory, which if you're a business owner, that's like rule number one. But Falling for You has notes of cedar, sandalwood, and apple. And I think there's a little bit of a dark chocolatey topper on that because it's not sweet, but it's like decadent. I've never smelled a candle like this before, but I love this one. That's actually what I'm burning right now, and I just love it. And I wanted to include you guys, another great way to make my candles last longer is to use a wax warmer. Now you can use the wax warmers that you set the candles on, but just make sure you remove the warning label before so it doesn't interfere with it, or you could leave it on. It's not going to be the end of the world. But there are new candle warmers that actually have heat lamps, and you just set them underneath, and you take the dust cover off, of course, but it just shines a light on the candle and it releases the aroma without having to burn the wick. So it's a great way to make your candles last a lot longer. And my goal is to actually offer those on my website in the future. So stay tuned for that, because I've had a lot of you guys ask me and even tell me that you like to use wax warmers to make the candle last longer. I think my sister does that because she really likes my candles as well. But this is Falling for You, just a great flirty, decadent scent. Okay, now let's move on to the last candle scent. Okay guys, so the last scent, as you can see, is called Granny Smith. And what is fall without apples, right? Without apples and pumpkins, there's no fall, in my opinion. I wanted this collection to be something that you could burn all throughout, even up through Christmas. Something that's not so pumpkin-y and like cinnamon-y to the point where it's only like Thanksgiving and Halloween vibes. These candles, I mean, every one of them offers something different. Granny Smith smells like Thanksgiving morning to me. That smell of when you go over to your family's house and there's something in the oven baking, probably like an apple pie of some sort or some apple fritters, and it just makes the whole house smell warm and cozy and just very comforting and welcoming. I love this candle. This is a great one to spruce up the space of wherever it is. So this is a great candle that I would leave in like a guest bathroom, you know, just leave the top off of it. So when the door's closed, it wafts that smell. So when you open the door, it just smells fruity and delicious and comforting and welcoming. I mean, everybody wants to feel welcomed in a guest bathroom. So Granny Smith is a great candle to just leave at your desk, anywhere, because anybody will love it. And the great thing about my candles, you guys, is that you really don't have to burn them. You can leave them just sitting around with the top off, and they will make that space smell. It won't be overbearing, but that's why I love my candles, and that's why I get a lot of great feedback on my candles and a lot of returning customers, is because you just can't find candles like this anywhere else. You just can't. So this is what I've been working on for the last few months. It might not look like much, but you guys, a ton goes into my candle collections, and being that I've had my business for 1.5 years now, I've learned a lot, and I've learned what to do and what not to do and what to look out for. And, you know, I also learned something new with this collection, is that make sure you can find steady supplies before you put your launch out and before you announce your launch date. Because I had to push back the launch date a couple times, which I was really disappointed in myself in, but I'm just happy that they're here now and they are available on my website, westnovelties.com. And I have one more surprise, you guys. So I've decided to do the first ever discount code on my website just because I want to see how much of you guys who watch my YouTube channel also like my candles. So I want you guys to know that you can save 10% if you use the discount code CandleBoy in all caps. Again, CandleBoy in all caps for 10% off your order on westnovelties.com. All right, guys. Well, I think I got everything out that I wanted to say, and I feel like we're on the same page now. And I hope this video gave you a better understanding of why I took a little bit of a hiatus these last couple months. But I'm back now, and I'm going to get back to 2 videos a week. It might take me a little bit of time, but expect at least 1 video a week starting out. But you guys have my word. I'm going to be back on here, and I don't care what anybody thinks, as long as you guys are enjoying the videos. All right, well, let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.